This is so funny because this is probably take 100. First of all, before I start anything, shout out to all of the people who are consistent in creating content. It is not easy. I'm sweating through everything, my makeup, the clothes, everything. I am just sweating through everything, trying to have everything figured out, trying to have it perfect, all of that. I'm just happy that I'm here. I did make myself the promise that no matter what, today would not end until I actually just put this thing on and finish episode 1. So this is me doing that. For those who do not know me, hi, my name is Star Khulu. I'm also known as the girl in the middle, and I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. In terms of the girl in the middle is actually something that started randomly when I was talking. I had entered a presenter search and they asked me a question about just saying, motivate why you should win. And I remember just going through, what had brought me to that place.
Wow, So, I decided not to think about this. I think sitting in the green room and watching the shows that are going to be on TLC in 2016, the shows that were on in 2015, there's a common thread of authenticity that I appreciate, and I think we're struggling. I think we're really struggling with content that speaks to the normal human being. There's stuff that speaks to people who have everything and stuff that speaks to people who have nothing, but who speaks to the people in between. And I think TLC does that really well, and I'd like to think that I do that too, and I'd like to hope that this sort of platform will allow me to speak to the girl in the middle, the girl that does not have the corporate career, the girl that is not an amazing creative, but the girl that's in the middle trying to figure out what she is. That's the girl that I want to speak to, and I hope that... And I hope, I'm just worried because that's the goal that's being ignored right now. And maybe not intentionally, maybe not intentionally, but that's the goal that I want to speak to because that's the girl I am. I came to Joburg with a huge dream. I was a PA for 3 months, guys. I didn't know if my contract was going to be renewed. I didn't know. And then, a few years later, I'm working at a job that I love, and I wake up with a purpose. So I'm not asking you to believe in the girl who came to Joburg, nor the girl that you see in front of you now, because this is a 3-hour face beat. I do not look like this all the time. But what I am asking you all to believe in is the girl in the middle, the journey in the middle, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the hard work, the ups, the downs, the best friends holding me up, all of that. Believe in that, not this or that, but believe in the middle, because that's the part that I live for. So, yeah, that's all.
Wow, okay.
Lessons, hardships, tough decisions, all of that stuff. And I realized that those are the things that made me, not the triumphs, not the promotions, not the new job, not the new this, but more so what I had to go through before that to become that person. All of the gunk, all of the burning desire to be somebody, like all of that happened in the middle phases of my life. And I like to remember that because it humbles me, and it also reminds me the level of tenacity that I have built within me. And I think that, amongst many other reasons, is why I call myself the girl in the middle. But I'm really excited to kind of tap into the girls in the middle with this channel and further explain what that means in the context of life, love, everything else. So welcome to my channel, welcome to my first episode. This is a get to know me. I'm just gonna basically run you through who I am, what I like, and what has brought me here, like what made me who I am. So I would basically start with, can you tell I'm nervous? Okay, cool. So I was born in Pietermaritzburg. I was bred in Bloemfontein, and I am trying to survive in Johannesburg. Pietermaritzburg was amazing. My dad got a job, so we left for Bloem, and I did most of primary school and all of high school in Bloemfontein. I did feel like my Sotho was getting better than my Zulu, so I went right back to Pietermaritzburg for varsity, where I studied journalism. And after I graduated, I remember very succinctly being in a torturous relationship and sending my sister a long message just explaining to her that I need to move, and I know you've just had a baby and you're a newlywed and things like that, but I can't do PMB for 1 more year. And I sent her this long SMS, and while having sent that, on my side, I had shut everything down. I had paid rent. I told them to keep the deposit for the next month, or for the next month, because I was kind of leaving in the middle of the month. And I packed all of my clothes in black plastics, and I waited for my sister to reply, and she replied in a few minutes, and she was like, I've been waiting for this message for the past few years. And that's how I knew it was time for me to go. It was time for me to go. Like, I really felt like if I didn't go in that moment, I might have been, you know, a mother of 4, married, which is amazing, but for that time of my life, not so amazing. So I made that decision, and then I moved to Joburg. I spent a year and a half or so on my sister's couch doing promotion jobs and things like that, until I got a small job as a personal assistant. That turned into a job to be the executive assistant to five executives in the board of that company. And I'm going to give an overview, but I won't say which companies, because I think if we're going to have conversations around career and stuff, I'd like to just have that freely without worrying about who thinks I'm talking about them. And so I'm just going to be very neutral about my career path, but as you know, the conversations stretch out, you'll see or start to pick up which companies I might have been a part of or anything like that. So yeah, I did that, and then I moved to project assistant, and then I left that company as a project manager. And at that time, I left to be a PR manager at a PR agency. And I think at that job, that's where I started really honing my understanding and love of influencers and the relationship that they can have with brands, but brand ambassadors, influencers, advocates of brands, different spheres of influencership. The word influencer kind of doesn't speak to what I believe their potential is, so I like to use the words advocate, brand ambassador, anything else. Cool. So after that, I decided, because I had events and I had PR under my belt, I really wanted to see what that would look like in a freelance space in Johannesburg. And so I freelanced for a while, did some really awesome launches for some alcohol brands, did some stuff with Tiger brands as well. And then I went into a creative strategy role for an online website. And then with that, I was given the opportunity to also work with an online hip hop website. And then after that, I moved into PR, influencer, and events management at what do they call it? At the FCMG, I think that's what they call it. I am still not good at the jargon. You know, I was an agency girl trying to fit into corporate at that time, so I am still not great with their jargon, but let's call it an FCMG. What? Ah, yes. An FMCG. So yes, so I worked within that type of environment, which I think was very interesting for me. Taught me a lot about people, a lot about ways of working, different processes, completely different interface to agencies, which is another difference that I'd like to speak about. So yeah, what else? What do I hope that you get from this YouTube channel? I hope that you feel that you have a certain understanding of me, what I like, what drives me personally, what drives me career-wise. I hope to kind of balance some lifestyle stuff with career stuff and just give like a variation of different topics. I have a few episodes planned, but I'll talk more about that as time goes. I don't know what else to say. Like, what else people are so eloquent when they come in front of this camera. It's so crazy because it's very weird to be speaking to a camera in your normal setting. But I'm excited for this journey, and I thank everybody who is keen on joining me on it. And I am so welcome to any suggestions of what you might want to hear from me, what you might not want to hear from me. Please be kind, but I'm very open. So I'm game to hear from you. I think that this channel will help me kind of break down what the girl in the middle is, and who I feel what I feel she stands for, or what I know she stands for. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited about getting to know a new audience, and I'm excited about planning content, planning different topics and things like that. I really started quite a while back. It was just a case of taking the plunge, and now that I have, I can safely say I'm excited for episode 2. So this is me, Star Khulu. I hope that you guys like it and that you subscribe and that you comment and like and share with your friends if you feel like they might find something in common with me. Please do feel free to share. But this is my first episode. Get to know me. This is who I was. This is who I am now. I'm not gonna go into hobbies and things like that. You'll definitely pick that up as time goes. But I just wanted to introduce myself firstly and say hello. You can catch me on Twitter and Instagram. My name is at Star Khulu, StarKhulu, and there will be all the updates on how I plan to post, when I plan to post. But in terms of finding me, those are the 2 places that you can look. So yeah, welcome to my YouTube channel.